So Competitive Smash at NYU is a group of close-knit fans and enthusiastic people over a game series called Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers is a Nintendo game. Smash Brothers has like a really, I would say, widespread appeal, especially for those who are older, because it's a fighting game that includes a lot of Nintendo characters. Within its first few iterations, it's a game where you can't really play it like online against other people. And so in this sense, like if you're in a community that plays Smash Brothers, you are kind of forced to go out there and meet new people and, kind of get out of your comfort zone if you want to, expand your horizons and become a better player, that is.
The Smash community has both the competitive aspect and the aspect of just, having fun and kicking back with your friends. So if you're that kind of person who has that competitive fire and you want to be the best in the room, or if you're just, there to meet friends and have, a burger and fries and talk about Smash for fun, that's there for you too.
When I first came to NYU, I am a freshman, and so, I didn't really have many friends. I was kind of looking for people who had similar interests with me. When I found out that there was a community of Smash players here at NYU, it was very exciting, and so I joined right away. And
we have kids with a bunch of different majors at a bunch of different schools. So you have like Stern kids interacting with Poly kids, you have Tisch kids like interacting with CAS kids, yeah, or like even the math nerds at Courant. It's great. Like not a lot of clubs like have that coverage, which we do.
One of the best things about the community is that we're so tight. Like we talk to each other almost every day. Some of my closest friends that I've met through NYU Smash are people who've graduated, people who are like 4 or 5 years older than me. It's just funny how like you can make these connections out of just like, a video game that you play.
De-stressing, it is a great de-stressor. It is like the perfect thing to do after like a long week of classes or work. Not worrying about anything else that's going on in the world and just playing Smash. It's like the best thing ever. Being around NYU for these few years, I've met a lot of people who like love the game, used to play the game, and like really want to get into it, but like aren't willing to come out because it's just kind of inconvenient.
If we get club status, I think a lot of the benefit comes from being able to get more people involved.
We don't have a lot of systems to go around. A lot of times people will just be waiting, just trying to get onto a system and play. And then typically how things go is that if you lose, you kind of like, you get off the setup and the winner stays on. And so in that sense, if you're a newcomer, it can be very discouraging if you wait for a long time and then you finally get on a setup, you finally play matches, and then you just lose because you're inexperienced.
Since we don't have the space, we're sort of all not incentivized to expand, because if by chance we got 50 people to show up, it wouldn't really matter because we wouldn't have enough setups to make everybody comfortable. It would actually just be a bad fest at that point. Yeah, it's really difficult. Like we're in a really tight spot.
If we were to have some sort of club status within NYU, we'd be able to have maybe some sort of better accommodations, and then with that we can be able to expand our community, make it a little easier for newcomers to try and join in.
Another thing that might come with club status is just a better space to play with.
We don't have a permanent place to stay, and that leads to us kind of setting up anywhere we can on the fly. We set up in the cafeteria sometimes, which obviously isn't the ideal solution.
It can get sort of inconvenient having our Smash Fest at U-Haul Commons.
We try to cram everybody into one room. Nobody really gets to play, and the overall atmosphere becomes pretty uncomfortable.
We use the big and old like CRTs just because our game is really old and it's what works best. So like if you use a modern TV, there's a ton of lag and you can't do like any of the things that you want to do in the game.
Since we play on CRTs, we need to source the CRTs from ourselves essentially. So we're always carrying CRTs from apartments, trying to just congregate in one area, bringing TVs on the subway. It's a huge amount of labor actually. I'm sure plenty of NYU Smash members could tell you about middle of winter, sweating in your coat, bringing a TV on the subway. It's really a hassle for no reason because we could just store the TVs in a room if we had a room allotted to them. As far as how it affected me, it provided a sense of community for me. Freshman year, I didn't really know my place at NYU. In fact, I was considering transferring. I really didn't have a place, really like a stable group of friends, and that's what Smash meant for me and continues to mean for me.
We're all like really good friends, but then like there's some people who just like on very similar skill levels, it gets really competitive when you two play because you just always want to like beat them and see yourself improve. I played like Austin a lot. He's a like relatively new player. When he started out, like I was like destroying him, and then he like improved so fast over the past year, and now he's like kicking my ass. Every time we play, it gets really competitive. We always want to one-up each other every day, every time.
In fact, one of these people that I play Smash with, I live with them now. Sometimes you travel to tournaments together, and you just do things together like eat meals, not just play Smash. It's not just a group of people who go online to matchmaking, don't see each other's faces, and have this not so meaningful interaction. Because we're sitting next to each other and we have to get all these big systems and consoles and people to play this game, there's a social aspect to it that's not necessarily present in other games.
Ready?